So, do you want to talk about it, or... Well, to be honest, if you didn't want to talk to me, you probably would have gotten out of the car and gone inside right away. You were unusually quiet on the ride home, that's why. I'm not pretending nothing happened. Hey, come on. I'm sorry. I know my reaction was a bit much. Can I explain myself, please? I've been holding this in since we left. If we went inside and went to sleep without talking about it, I don't think I'd be able to sleep. I know, I saw that too. I know it made everything awkward. I felt it immediately, but I didn't do it to embarrass you. That's the last thing that I wanted. Can you sit with me in the garage for a minute? I know it's cold. I'll turn the heater on. Look, I didn't intend for it to turn into a whole thing. I just told him to stop, and I thought that would be the end of it. God, I didn't expect him to have a generational crash out right there in the middle of the party. Here. I know. I'm really sorry. I didn't think every single person in the room would stop and stare at us. Yeah, you did tell me that. What am I supposed to do, girl? We've been dating for how long now? You don't even realize how much attention you draw just by existing. I see it every time we go out. And this guy keeps being overly familiar with you, even in front of me. Like, I get that he's your coworker and you don't want to make him upset, but I can only deal with so much of that. A couple times he looked me right in the eyes while he was touching your arm. I'm being serious. Do you think I would make that up? Like I said, I know he's someone you have to deal with at work all the time, so it's best not to make him go nuclear, but if me just telling him to stop was enough to cause that meltdown, then he clearly still has some weird obsession with you, and I don't think there was anything we could do to avoid all that. You've spent your whole life being taught to smile it off when people get too familiar with you. I don't want you having to do that with me around. What? Of course that's what I was upset about. He was obviously doing it on purpose. That's what really got me heated. Just the idea of someone else trying to claim you like that already makes me agitated. So when it was happening right in front of me, And I'm not so insecure that your friend's casually touching your arm bothers me, but he was obviously trying to pull some kind of charade. I don't know what his problem is. Wait, what did you think I was upset about? What were you upset at me for? No. Are you kidding? Why the hell would I blow up the party just because I didn't want to be there? Okay, was I thrilled about being at your work party? No, not really. I won't lie about that. I would have much rather been at home hanging out with you, just the two of us. But if this was just me wanting to leave, I would have just said so, like a normal person. I always do, right? Well, to be perfectly honest, I didn't clock it right away either. I wasn't really watching him. I was watching you and realizing how badly I wanted you closer to me. My body just reacted before my brain did. At first, it was just casual, right? Like a hand on your arm when he laughed, or brushing past you when there was plenty of space. And I know we've talked about him before, and I kept telling myself, okay, that's nothing, don't be worried about it. But then it kept happening. Every time he talked to you, there was some excuse to touch you again, like lean in a little too close, look at you like he was waiting for something back. And I hated that my first thought wasn't that was inappropriate. It went straight to stop touching what's mine. But it started feeling automatic the way that he was doing it. Like he didn't even think about whether it was okay. Like he just assumed he had access to you like that. I think something in me snapped because I don't want you getting treated like your public property. Yeah. Okay, I'm not proud of this, but it took every ounce of self-control I had not to knock him on his ass for that. I've never felt so protective like that before. Why do you look pleased by that? Yeah, that's the part that really stuck with me. No, not every time. But enough that I noticed. Like, he'd touch your arm and laugh and then flick his eyes over at me for half a second. Not challenging. It wasn't aggressive like that. I mean, if that's what he wanted, we both know I wouldn't let that slide. No, he was just checking. Like, he wanted to see if I was gonna say something. Like he was measuring how far he could go without me calling it out. Yeah, like, we've talked about this before. I know I can be a little possessive, but I'm not trying to be controlling. You've always been like that with people you're comfortable with. You've told me that before. When I say mine, I mean mine like the one that I chose. Like, she's mine. No, you don't have to apologize. I figured it was just some kind of misunderstanding. You and him have been friendly like that for a long time, before me. Before we were a thing, so to you it probably just felt normal. I'm not mad at you for that. It's just never felt like a problem before. Hey, come here for a second. I don't want you beating yourself up over this. You obviously didn't know. You were just being friendly. You're just being you, the same way you've always been. But maybe we're both just now realizing something about our little coworker friend. Well, I'm glad you think me being possessive is cute instead of thinking I'm weird or creepy. 'Cause guess what? I can't do anything about it. Unfortunately, I've discovered being with you that I can't turn it off. I think I've done a good enough job limiting myself to being jealous when it actually matters, like this time. What? No, I wasn't jealous of him. Now that I've actually seen the guy, he couldn't compete with me on anything. At least from what I could see. But let's be real here, the odds are stacked pretty high against him on things I couldn't see, too. Or stacked pretty long. Yeah. I think that's closer to the truth than I wanted to admit at first. I was probably more jealous that his hands were on you when it was supposed to be my hands instead. What? I think we've been together for long enough now that we can quit pretending to not be possessive of each other. I know it's not realistic, but if I could make it happen, I'd be with you 24/7. There's not another person or place I'd rather be with. It's only you. You know I'm not controlling or possessive in a bad way, so why can't I be honest about it? I like knowing I'm the one you come home to. We know each other well enough to know this isn't coming from nowhere. I'm not imagining things, and you're not either. I don't mean it in a cage you in way. I mean it in a we're together now, and that means something way. Well, maybe I don't like seeing other men touch you at all. So what? I want it to be obvious that we chose each other. You don't have to be polite when you're with me. I've been thinking about it. For longer than just tonight. I didn't say anything because I didn't want to be unfair to you. I kept asking myself if what I was feeling was jealousy or just insecurity, and I didn't want to put that on you if it was the second one. Yeah, I think now I'm starting to get to the point where I want to be a little greedy. I want to be able to keep you to myself. I don't need to constantly be reassured that I'm the one you love. You wouldn't be my girlfriend if that wasn't the case. But if I'm exclusively your boyfriend, then I should get priority, even if I'm being needy. I want it to be obvious that you belong to me. I like other people immediately knowing that you're off limits. You're so pretty. You get looks everywhere we go. And you know how I can be, so unless you want me fighting people off of you, then maybe it should be a little more obvious that you're taken. You're looking at me like you're enjoying me talking about you like this. And you don't even try to hide it. I want to walk into a room with you and have everyone know who you're going home with. Everyone should know who you belong to. I don't want to have to compete for your attention. You know I care about you a lot, right? You know me being more obvious means I'm going to be all over you a lot more. The way you're leaning closer to me now makes me think you wouldn't mind that. It's fun being that one cringy, lovey-dovey couple that everyone hates. They're just jealous that they don't get to love you the way I do. As they should be. Careful. You keep kissing me like that when I'm being all vulnerable and emotional. I'm never gonna get this clinginess under control. If you say things like that, it's just gonna make me more annoying to deal with in public. I'm already this attached to you. If it gets any worse, I'm gonna have to have my hands wrapped around your hips every second, or I'll lose it. Was I? How did you notice me giving him the death glare, but you didn't notice him looking at me? Ugh. Oh, I could feel it. I could feel myself staring daggers into him, even though I wasn't even doing it on purpose. Well, what can I say? I'm addicted to you. I like wanting you. I like knowing you notice it, too. And if you're telling me you enjoy that I keep choosing you like that I make it obvious, then I'm not going to try so hard to fight it anymore. Oh, yeah, I guess I, got a head start at that party, huh? Ugh. Once I admitted to myself how much I want you, how much I like knowing you're mine, it became too much to ignore. I don't think I can keep pretending I don't care. I should have just said something to you instead, and maybe we could have avoided all the drama. I wasn't trying to pick a fight or anything, and I certainly wasn't trying to make a reason to leave because I didn't want to be there, okay? Hey, I know. I've never thought you were being unfaithful. Not for a second. This was never about doubting you. I know the difference between someone flirting with you and you flirting back. Besides, we've always been good to each other. We've always been solid. That's why this even mattered in the first place. If I didn't trust you, I wouldn't care like this. I just want us on the same page, you know? 'Cause it makes me really anxious when we're upset at each other for any reason. I don't want to waste a single second with you. The limited time I get with you in this life is too precious to waste being upset. Good. As long as you're not mad at me, then everything is fine. Well, almost fine. I think I'm gonna need some recovery time with you to make up for having to deal with that party. If you recall, it was my idea to stay home and cuddle instead. We could have avoided a lot of drama if we just did that. Now I need to recharge my battery and make up for not having you all to myself until now. I just want you close to me again, with no one else around. I love you. I want to see sides of you no one else gets to see. I hate the idea of anyone else getting the parts of you that belong to me. I should be the only one that gets to touch you, to feel your pretty skin, see your soft eyes looking up at me like that. Quit sitting there looking at me all pretty and teasing me. Can we go inside already so I can start cuddling you? Because you've made me wait long enough, and it's really getting cold out here now. And the garage door is still open. I'm pretty sure you don't want the neighbors to see the other stuff that happens when we start cuddling. What? Were you not planning on going that far? Yeah, come on. I know how you are. Never miss an opportunity when we make up after fighting. It's so good though, I totally get it. And now with this new possessiveness thing going, I think that's gonna make things even better. Lots of repeatable phrases, that kind of thing. Yeah, I've actually thought about it obsessively for a while now. Why do you ask? Well, feel free to satisfy my curiosity then. Come inside with me. At least for the rest of the night, let me hide you away from the world and keep you to myself. Damn it! I lost again. You weren't supposed to see this. Okay, no, wait. I can explain. I know we had plans to get lunch and talk about audios together, but I didn't want to. Well, yeah, I said I was sick because if I told you that I just didn't want to leave the house because I was too lazy, you'd feel bad. Oh, come on, don't look at me like I'm the only person who cancels plans because I get overwhelmed. Never mind all that. You're here now, so we can talk about audios if you still want to. Oh, another possessive boyfriend one, huh? You seem to really like those. Maybe I should do some more of them since you like them so much. But for now, you'll have to listen to some of the ones I've already made, which you can do here on YouTube. I have some organized into a nice little playlist that you can watch. And if you want to listen to more exclusive audios, you could find those on Patreon, as always. By the way, I was really happy to see y'all enjoyed the skits I did for Christmas to advertise the Patreon. Those were really fun to make. I'm going to post a full compilation of the skits on Twitter and Patreon soon, so you can listen to all of them in order. Sorry we're back to regular outros. That was just a fun little Christmas surprise. But for those of you that don't have any interest in Patreon, or maybe you only want to listen to my Safe for Work audios, I wanted to let you know I'm in the very early stages of setting up YouTube memberships. Yes, memberships. I'll have cool emotes and early access to YouTube content. Not quite as early as Patreon, because I need to respect the people who subscribe on there for more money, but you'll get the full YouTube audio with the video about 3 days early instead of the usual 1 week early that we're doing now. And since there's no spicy audios, it'll only be $1.99. So I will update you when that happens, which, to be clear, is not right now. Okay? Thank you. Have a day. I'm gonna go back to playing games now. You can go. Bye.